Year 1. How lovely to see you all back again, so many of you. Hope you've had a nice week, keeping safe but also having fun and being busy. Hope you've been playing lots of games. Can you guess what Rusty and I have been playing? We've just been playing hairdressers. Don't you think Rusty is looking particularly lovely? I do. We've had such fun, haven't we? Maybe you could draw a picture of Rusty for me, either in a lovely outfit or just on his own, and bring it in to show me when we get back to school. So anyway, this week's story. We enjoyed reading Elmer to you so much last week, didn't we? So this week, Elmer again. Settle yourselves down, get comfortable, and here we go. Elmer again. Elmer, the patchwork elephant, was bored. It was 2 days before another Elmer Day parade, the day when elephants cover themselves with bright patterns. The colours were ready, and the elephants were quietly thinking about how they would decorate themselves. Elmer didn't have to think. He was always coloured grey for the parade, the only grey elephant. "Time for a walk," he said to himself. As he walked, Elmer thought, "Oh, it's too quiet around here. We need a joke or something to liven things up." He came to a pool and he looked at his reflection. "Hello, Elmer," he said to himself in the water. "You've just given me a good idea. Thank you." When he returned, the others were still quietly thinking. Elmer went up to one of them and whispered in his ear. The other elephants smiled and winked, but said nothing. Elmer settled down for a rest. He had a long night in front of him. When night fell, Elmer waited until the others were asleep. Then, taking care not to wake them, he set to work. Before sunrise had finished, he tiptoed off to another part of the forest to sleep for what was left of the rest of the night. In the morning, the first elephant to wake looked at his neighbour and said, "Hello, Elmer. Good morning." One after another, the elephants woke, and as they did, from every direction came, "Morning, Elmer. Good morning, Elmer. Morning, Elmer. Good morning, Elmer. Good morning, Elmer," and so on. Then one of the elephants called out, "This is another Elmer trick. Come on, let's splash across the river and wash the colours off, and then we'll see who the real Elmer is." The elephants raced to the river and splashed and splashed their way to the other side. Once they were on the other side, the elephants stared. They were all grey. "Where's Elmer?" they asked. "Here, of course," said a grey elephant. "Don't you recognise me?" "But you're the same colour as us," gasped the others. "So I am," said Elmer. "Wonderful. I always wanted to be like you." "This is awful," said another elephant. "Elmer can't be like the rest of us. Things won't be the same without an Elmer." "Well, there's nothing I can do about it," said Elmer. "Well, unless—" "What?" said the others. "Well," said Elmer, "the colours that washed off are still floating in the water." Perhaps if I run back through, then I might return to normal. Try it, shouted the others. Try anything, Elmer, to get your colours back. Yahoo! Called Elmer, and he raced across the river and vanished into the trees on the other side. Almost at once, he reappeared, puffing and panting, but once again his bright patchwork colours. Hurrah! Cheered the elephants from across the river. It worked! We've got our Elmer again! And with that, the elephants started chanting, Elmer! 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 Beside Elmer, another elephant suddenly appeared from out the trees. Did you call? He asked. The other elephants went silent and stared. This other elephant was soaking wet, as if he'd just run across the river. On top of that, both Elmer and the other elephant were laughing. You tricked us, said one elephant to the wet grey elephant. You were working with Elmer and pretended to be him. We should have known. Elmer's colours wouldn't wash off. It's another Elmer trick. With that, the whole herd of elephants burst out laughing. And running back into the river, they started to splash the two Elmers and each other all at once. And again they chanted, Elmer, 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 until the whole jungle shook with their noisy game. The end. Okay, year one, we hope you enjoyed that. There's always a lot of fun to be had when Elmer's around, isn't there? A bit like you, Rusty. There's always lots of fun to be had when Rusty's around. Anyway, we're off for another game now. Okay, we're going to play Disney Princesses. He's going to be the Little Mermaid. Have a nice week. Take care of each other, and we'll see you next week for another story. Bye-bye.